Ladies and gentlemen, get ready. He doesn't just speak on a stage, he commands it. He doesn't just train, he empowers. From dozens of countries to thousands of entrepreneurial minds, meet Dr. Toby Potter.
The speaker that got my attention today was Toby Potter.
He said something that was really amazing.
Sometimes we go through things that will take us aback, but it's a process for us to grow.
He's known around the world as the Unshakable Investor, a strategist, a player, a mentor who knows risk, reward, and results. When he steps into this room, you will feel it. The energy changes, the expectation rises, the possibilities expand.
When someone starts to get coached by Toby, the biggest thing to me that they're going to get out of it is he is someone who there's no problem that is too unachievable or it's too big to overcome.
Working with Toby is inspiring, and it leads you to believe that you can complete things, you can get things done that you didn't always think you could. There's always a path, some way to get to an end goal if you want to take the time to figure it out.
He helps you unlock more vision, more legacy, more impact. Whether you're an investor, an entrepreneur, a leader, this is your moment. You will learn how to structure opportunity when others only see risk. You will leave with tools you can apply tomorrow. So raise your energy, open your mind, prepare your questions. And now, with no further delay, please put your hands together, bring the volume up for the one, the only Dr. Toby Potter.
Hello, hello, hello. Hey, everybody, how are you doing this afternoon? Holy cow, as you can see, I am gimped up, but that is not going to stop us today. You guys, thank you so much for taking time to be on this webinar today. The most important thing that I want you to recognize and give each and every one of yourselves a hand, you showed up. Hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people every week register for such events and don't ever show up. And they wonder why they can't ever get ahead. Right here, right now, you showed up. I had surgery 2 days ago, had this shoulder reconstructed, and I'm here because of you. I'm here because I told you I would be here, and I showed up knowing you would show up. So thank you so much. Before we get started, I want everybody to jump into chat and tell me where you're from. Let's get this started right here, right now. Tell me, where are you from? We're from Allen, Texas. Where are you from? Amazing. Cyprus, Jacksonville, Florida, Aruba, holy cow, India,
Oklahoma City,
San Diego, Utah, Ohio, Denver, UK. Oh my goodness, outstanding. Atlanta, Cyprus, Bangladesh, Connecticut. Amazing. I love it. I'm proud of you because, see, this is where you start making the right decisions to achieve everything you've ever wanted out of life. We're going to go through, and this is all about you. This is all about what we can do with you and for you. But in order for you to enjoy today, I want to ask you to do me a favor. I want you to be engaged. As we've all been told, in order to get something out, you got to put something in. And the more you put in today, the more you're going to get from today. You give me energy, I'm going to give you energy. You give me content, I'm going to give you content. You showed up because you're looking for something, you're seeking something, and I want that to be everything that we give you today. So when I ask you to comment, just like you did, jump in there. Don't be shy. Don't be hesitant. If you have questions, ask them right then and there. We will stop what we're doing and we will answer those questions because I want everybody to learn, fully understand, and come away from this better today than you were yesterday. So let's get this thing started. I'm going to share something with you real quick. Because of the lack of structure, I almost lost everything from the 2008 financial crisis. I had built an empire, a RE/MAX franchise, a mortgage company, a title company, living high on the hog. And when the storms of life came in 2008, and I had no structure that I'm going to share with you today, I almost lost everything. I lost my confidence. I lost my identity. I lost all my wealth. Almost lost my family. And many, many, many nights, just like each and every one of you, I laid awake at 3 a.m. wondering, what am I going to do? How do I fix this? I'm going to show you how I fix it. But I will tell you this, the reason why I'm here today is because I vowed right then and there, at that 3 o'clock in the morning, night after night, I said, when I rebuild and when I get back on top, I vow that I will share it with the world. I vow to share it with every person who needs to hear how. How do I get out of this rut? How do I get past this ceiling? And how do I get more out of life, out of my business, out of my future? And I'm going to share that with you. I'm going to ask you this question to start this off. And it's going to hit home with a lot of you. And I want it to sink deep, deep, deep. How long are you going to let your business run your life? Here's the one thing that I know. None of us, me included, ever started our business
any problem
to be stressed, to be putting 60, 70 hours a week and not enjoying everything. None of us went down that road. None of us went down to have so much chaos. It was never the passion, it was never the vision, it was never the desire. I'm going to show you today how to get out of that. How I got out of it and how I can help you get out. But I want you to think about this. How long are you going to let your business run your life? Biggest question everybody asks themselves, you're 3 o'clock laying there in bed, why is my business stuck? I'm going to share with you why I think it's stuck, and I promise you it's not what you think. In the next 45 to 90 minutes, I'm going to show you exactly what's holding your growth back and how we will help remove that and get you to everything you've ever wanted throughout your business. There's 2 realities going on in the world, and there's only one choice you can make. Where you currently are and where you want to be. Where you're at right now is your revenues are running flat. The last 18, 24 months, you're just not growing. Your business does nothing without you. And you're working over 60 hours a week, but your profits stay the same. And there's really no time for strategy because you're too busy putting out fires. And here's the key. You're exhausted, but you know you can't afford to slow down. That's the reality you're in today. Where you want to be and where we're going to show you how to get to is a predictable revenue company that grows every quarter, period. A team that executes without you having to micromanage them, and you're working on your business, not trapped in it. See, clarity, which we're going to show you, drives profit. And then we start building something that's worth having forever, whether you want to sell it or continue to grow it. This is what we're going to talk about today. Let me paint this picture for you. And how many, and I'm going to ask you to comment after I tell you this story. Let's envision this. You told the wife, you told your spouse, you told the kids, I'll be home for dinner. 7 o'clock. You show up at 9. The kids are already in bed. There's a plate on the counter that's cold. And this is not the first time that this has happened. And so you eat your cold dinner. You grab the laptop to take care of one more quick thing. And the next thing you know, it's now midnight. You crawl into bed, but your mind is now racing on all the things that are getting ready to go on tomorrow. The employee issues, the customer complaints, the inventory that's short, payroll, all these things that you got to deal with tomorrow is now racing through your mind. In the chat right here, right now, type me if this resonates with you. And here's something I'm going to tell you. For the people that are commenting in the chat, I've got Randy over here in the back, and he's watching, and he's writing down names because we're giving away a ton of prizes today. And if anything I resonate, when I ask you to put a me or a one or a comment, more you comment, more times Randy's going to see you. We're going to pull your name out and we're going to give away some stuff. But if this resonates with you and you're fed up with it, because this is not the life you wanted, put a me in the chat. And don't be ashamed, because this is why you're here. You're ready for something more. Okay? Love it. Randy, keep writing down those names, buddy. Here's the thing that nobody shares with you, the invisible cost. The real price of your business staying stuck. See, there's deals that you're leaving on the table because you can't get to them. You can't scale. Your team members that you hired, those rock stars that you hired, are leaving because they're not seeing opportunity for growth. And how many deals have you missed because you're so buried in the day-to-day noise? And because of all this, your business does not become scalable. Staying stuck isn't playing safe. I want you to understand it. Staying stuck isn't saying, well, I can manage this, I can control this. That's not being safe. Staying stuck is the most expensive decision you'll ever make. And there's not one person on here today that said, this is as far as I want to do and grow my business. Staying stuck is not where we want to be. This is who you desire to become. And we call this the desired identity. This is what you first envisioned when you started your business. You saw yourself as an empire builder, not somebody who's going to hustle harder, but build smarter. See, those empire builders that we work with, they have systems that they operate through. They have teams that perform day in and day out. They track, manage, and run with data. And it's through architecture that their businesses scale, not chaos. That's a true empire builder. See, the gap between a $500,000 business a year versus a $5 million business a year isn't effort. It's the infrastructure that I'm getting ready to share with you here in just a minute. What I'm going to share with you and show you is the same exact systems, platforms, the Unshakable Empire operating system that took me from being homeless, from losing millions, to the empire we have today. It's the implementation gap. And here's what I know, because I've been there. You've read the books, you've been to the conferences, you've even hired consultants and coaches, but you're still stuck. You're still not scaling. Because here's what nobody ever told you. It's not a knowledge problem. It's an execution problem. Just think about it real quick. We've all heard of the master Tony Robbins, greatest inspirational motivator out there. And he gets you excited. He gets you pumped up. Stephen Covey, John Maxwell, all these guys have information they give to you, but they don't help you execute it. That's the difference. And I'm not here to motivate you. I will inspire you. I will get you fired up about the future. But I'm here to show you how to execute the right stuff. So we're getting ready to do our first giveaway. You have a question?
Yes.
Go ahead. What's the question?
Ryan wants to know, what are the things needed to have a good infrastructure?
That's a great question, Ryan. Give me about 10 more minutes and I'm going to show you the 4 pillars, exactly what you're looking for to build that infrastructure to scale, grow, and blow up your business to the mass economy you want it to be. Great question. Let's set it aside. Hang tight and I will answer it. Anybody else real quick?
Are you saying that what Tony Robbins and others deliver is not valuable?
No,
From Maria.
not at all. I want to make sure. I love Tony Robbins. Tony Robbins is a motivator. He helps you get your mind right. He helps you see the positive things of your life and the power that you have within you. But they don't sit down with you and break down your business and help show you execution to implement. I want to make sure it's crystal clear. I'm not disrespecting anybody, but what I do know, 30 years in the business, building multiple empires, execution is what builds businesses, not motivation, not inspiration. You must have a game plan. You must have an infrastructure that you can execute. And here's the problem. You can buy workbooks, you can buy courses, but if you don't understand how to implement that, it does you no good. This is what we bring to the table that you haven't had in the past. Any other questions? And keep them coming. I love it. I love it.
We're good right now.
All right. And here's something else. Randy, go ahead and throw this in the chat. If you want to book a call and learn more about how we can help you throughout this entire presentation, go ahead and book it because we only have a limited amount of slots. So they're throwing that in there. Book your call. We'll go through and do a deep dive in your business, going through those 4 pillars that I'm getting ready to show you and show you what's lacking, what's missing, and how we would help you execute it. All right. Let me give you a little bit of feedback on me so you understand where I'm coming from and how this you can trust. My name is Dr. Toby Potter. I am called the Unshakable Investor, and I'm going to share with you why that is. But here's articles that are being written about me, about our programs that we are working with worldwide and implementing and transforming businesses to the success that they desired. In 2008, I lost millions. I lost millions because I did not have the infrastructure that I'm getting ready to share with you. And from that loss, laying awake at 3 in the morning, I recreated and built what we have today, scaled to the top 100 fastest company in 2020 on the Inc. 5000. I have funded over $1.8 billion in transactions and have worked with over 7,000 individuals. See, I don't teach theory. I don't teach motivation. I install operating systems that I use to rebuild and scale my business after losing everything. And just most recently, you can see here, I'll leave this up for a little bit, but just as recent as last month, we had the Dallas Herald, San Diego Weekly, the New York Globe, EIN Presswire. All these people picked up what we're doing, and these articles were posted. And you can go look at them. This is what we're implementing, this is what we're teaching, and this is what's being written about us.
Hey, Toby.
Yes, ma'am.
Ryan wants to know if you can tell us about some of the niches that are untapped.
Some of the niches that are untapped. Absolutely. That would be something we would want to do on a one-on-one call, Ryan. There are so many things out there that are being missed, and I will tell you this, for everybody listening, if you're not implementing AI, you will get lost. You'll get run over. And I use the Blockbuster and Netflix argument. Blockbuster in the 80s was one of the biggest movie rental companies in the world. Internet wasn't that profound, streaming wasn't that profound, but Netflix went to Blockbuster and said, would you partner with us? And they said no. Guess what? Netflix is still running billions and billions of dollars a month, and Blockbuster is gone because they didn't conform to the times. One of the things that we do is make sure your business is up to speed with the AI tools and resources that you need to make sure you are ahead of your competition, you are ahead of the scale, and you're in progress of growth. As I shared with you in the very beginning, when I was laying at 3 in the morning and saying that when I rebuild, I want to share this with the world, I now do that. I now do that. I get on every stage, every podcast. I meet with the biggest gurus out there and share our story on how we're transforming lives through implementation of these programs and making their companies the success that they always dreamt it would be. I've written multiple books just to show you of the knowledge and the information that's available to you.
I just flip the switch. Flip. I don't know nobody else that's doing this. Body start to drop.
This is me on with Brad Lee out of Las Vegas, dropping bombs, one of the biggest podcasters of today.
Mindset's the only thing I have. Mindset, fear. The reason why, from my experience, the reason why people don't do what they really want to do is fear, exclusively. And Zig Ziglar taught me a long time. I had the ability to work for Zig Ziglar and with him. And I was doing sales training for mortgage companies. And
here's another thing that I want to share with you. When we talk about scaling and growing businesses, you now get to get in the circle of individuals that have been there and done that. This is Kevin Harrington. He's one of the first sharks on Shark Tank. He's also the founder of As Seen on TV. I've co-authored a book with him. I've met with him, and he's now one of our business partners, and we're helping grow businesses through his network of investors and growth. These are some of the things that we're bringing to you that most won't. I bring that up because there's something at the end that I'm going to share with you that you're going to truly enjoy. But if you have not heard of Kevin Harrington, he is the man who's done it all.
You have this real estate coaching program that you now teach. You've launched this, and let's talk about that.
There is so many people out there trying to get into real estate and investing that I want to share how we were able to achieve that. It started in '94, as we all know, had the big crash in 2008. So we built an empire through that. Was doing real estate, had a RE/MAX franchise, had a title company, was doing fix and flips and all that. Lost all that through the crash. And then had to rebuild. Started another company in 2015, was building it for exclusive hard money lending. Then we had COVID hit. And another debacle who shut down that industry. And then, of course, rebuilt immediately, was named Private Lender of the Year, was Inc. Magazine Top 100 Fastest Growing Company in 2022. So from all those pitfalls and disruptions, we were able to rebound and build bigger. And so we created this course that says, I've been there, done that, and I'm going to walk you through it. I'm going to hold your hand. I'm going to mentor, coach, partner if need be, but I'm also going to lend my money on the deal. So this is what we bring to the table. But before we get into the actual meat of this meeting, I'm ready to give something away. Randy, who do we have as our first giveaway? I know I haven't asked a lot of questions, and I'm getting ready to, so we're going to start this off so that you guys understand the prizes you're winning. Who do we got, Randall? Stephen O'Keefe. O'Keefe. Stephen O'Keefe. All right, Stephen, you've been the most active on there so far, so here we go. We're getting ready to spin. Can we find Stephen? Is he acknowledged? All right, spinning the wheel. All right. Stephen Ooh, Stephen, right out of the bag, gets 30 days of our AI program. You don't even need me anymore, Stephen. You just got my brain that's going to launch your company, launch your life into the next atmosphere. Congratulations. Get with Randy Stevens so we can get your information and get this out to you. You're going to love this. This is 30 years, $1.8 billion in loans, and over 7,000 transactions built into this AI, the businesses and all that we did. This is, holy cow. I forgot we put that up there. Wow. Is there only one? That's lucky. All right, Stephen, congratulations. Stephen is one lucky dude to get that already right out of the bag. All right. As I said, this is not a coaching. This is not motivation. This is execution. See, it doesn't matter how much information you have, how much knowledge you have. If you don't take action, nothing happens. Nothing happens. Most people live their life by two things, faith or fear. And here's what's so remarkable about faith or fear. Both demand that you believe in something that you can't see. Think about that for a second. Faith and fear demand that you believe in something that you can't see. And so most of us don't execute on information and knowledge we have because of fear. And I'm going to help you get past that, because I'm going to remove the fear. See, if we knew with all absolution that whatever we did would have success, there would be nothing holding us back. And this is what we bring to the table, is that execution, that blueprint to ensure success, growth, and excitement. We don't motivate you. We don't just give you more information. We install an infrastructure. And over the first 90 days that we work with you, we're going to install those same 4 pillars that scale businesses from chaos to command. And then we have the bonus pillar, number 5, that if you stay to the end, you'll hear about it. How many people here, I want you to jump into the chat right now and say, I want this.
Hey, Toby, while people are doing that, Peggy had a quick question for you. She wanted to know, what if you don't have fear, but you just lack a game plan or something like that?
This is what we give to you, is that exact framework, that exact game plan, that exact blueprint. Whether you have fear or not, most people lack some understanding. This is what we're going to show you right here today, is that game plan, that blueprint, that step-by-step how-to. And here's the other thing. We're not just going to create it and send it to you. We're going to train you on it. We're going to walk you through it to ensure you have the success you're needing from it.
And several people have asked basically what companies you've worked with, what types. Do you work with all types?
Oh, do you have that? You have that slide? The one with all the companies we work with? Can you pull that up real quick? I'll just answer this question with a picture. I don't know if you have it real quick or not. All right, I'm going to have Nick find that, so keep that in mind. Nick's going to find that and then throw it up on the screen for you guys. We work with hundreds of thousands of companies from all stages: landscape, electricians, HVAC, IT. We have a company in Canada that we're with. We have a storage units. Yeah, are you going to post it in the chat? I was just going to have you throw it up on the screen if you could. It doesn't matter to me.
They're also asking if it can be a franchise business or if it's only individual business owners.
Nope. In fact, we had a client that we're working with right now that just bought a franchise virtual VA company, and we're we good? You lost me. Are we dead?
Nope, you're back.
Okay.
And Christy wanted to know if you work with party rentals and how can basically help figuring out how to hire employees.
Yes, that's going to be pillar number 3. that we work with how to have the right people take ownership in their position so that you're not having to micromanage them. I may have had you try to screw through that, so don't worry about it. I thought we could throw that in there, but yes, we work with you on those as part of the 4 pillars. See, you don't learn from frameworks. You get results from actions through an operating systems. We're going to go through that with you and show that. The very first thing, when you book a call and we do a deep dive on your business, it's a 1-hour call. Here's the first thing I look at is, where are your profit leaks? And these are the 3 most common ones. Number 1, almost every business we work with, number 1 is the biggest pillar that's broken. No CEO rhythm. Basically meaning that every day throughout the week, it's all reactive. You're reacting to issues, reacting to problems, reacting to situations that shouldn't be there. You're putting out the fires, you're not leading in growth. There's no cadence that moves the business towards profitability and predictability. Leak number 1. Leak number 2, what we talked about, what she just asked about, no scalable team. Because you're the bottleneck, because you're putting out all the fires, because things can't happen without your approval, your team doesn't grow. Quality drops when you're not around, and the business can't scale because it completely depends upon you, and that is something that cannot be measured. Leak number 3, no visibility. You don't know which activity drives your profit. People put ads out. They have telemarketers, they have call centers, they have salespeople, but they don't know and can't measure predictable activity that grows the profit. You can't, and then you can't optimize what you can't measure. These are the 3 most powerful leaks we see in every business that we fix. Let's take 2 seconds and do a self-diagnostics real quick. Here's where I want you to put into the chat. Me, if this resonates. If you took 30 days off, would your business decline or just stay flat? Maybe decline. Your team cannot close those big ticket items without you doing it or being in the room to hold their hand. You don't know which week drives productive revenues. And if nothing changes in 24 months, where will your business be? If this resonates with you, put me in the chat.
Toby, while people are commenting, people are asking about how you're helping startup businesses.
So when we work with a startup business, we have to, and startups are the easiest. So I use this analogy a lot. If I'm going to build a house, so let's just say I need a house. I have 2 options. I can build it from ground zero, nothing there, or I can go take an existing house and modify it. If I take an existing house, an existing business, and to modify it, I'm going to have to move walls, change countertops, change cabinets, re-lay it out. And I may not get it exactly the way I wanted it because there's already a structure there. Versus a ground up construction where there's just dirt, I can build it exactly the way I want it and not have to undo anything. So for startup businesses, that's the easiest because you have nothing that needs to be removed. You don't have anything there that we have to break down. So startup businesses are the quickest and simplest because we build that platform right from the beginning. Not to say we don't work with existing business. I got a client right now that's been in business for 4 years, doing about $4 million a year, but we got to break him all the way down. This guy is running 80 hours a week, but his systems aren't there. And we can help him create those systems to free up about 25, 30 hours to give him the freedom to continue to grow. Okay? All right, here we go. Now we're getting into the meat. Everybody's asking how? Here it is. Take notes because there's a quiz at the end of it. Okay, pillar number 1. Remember, there's 4 pillars. for your business that we're going to install and execute with you. The CEO Command Center is the #1 pillar that needs to be fixed on 99% of the businesses we work with. We install a weekly rhythm that transforms you, the CEO, from a firefighter to an actual CEO. You'll know exactly what needs to be focused on, what to delegate to your team, the right employees, and what to ignore. And in that, we structure the 5 core functions: sales, operations, delivery, finance, and leadership. These are the things as a CEO that you oversee. You don't have your hands in them, you manage them from above. We identify the leaks, time, money, and quality, and we build a CEO cadence of metrics and priorities so that you see a scorecard every day on how your team is working, how your business is growing, and where your clients are coming from so we can go get more of them. The result from just pillar #1 is your week becomes predictable and growth becomes intentional. Right now, your growth is accidental and you know it. Just from this one pillar, this is the result from it. Pillar #2, the team. We're going to put people in that execute without you. We're going to show you how to find the right team members, give them authority and ownership in their role and responsibilities. We install role clarity, performance matrix, and accountability systems. And I'm going to say that word really slow. Everything that we're given to you is a system so that action happens on its own, that lets your team operate independently, but based upon your morals, your values, your dream. We create role characters that gives outcomes with authority, install performance systems so that we can measure their growth, measure their activity, measure their metrics, or their metrics, and daily scorecards to see where they rank each and every week. More importantly, from this creates the unshakable culture. What does that mean, Toby? What is an unshakable culture? Glad you asked. An unshakable culture is what we have here at the Unshakable team. A team that not only drinks the Kool-Aid, but they make it. They're in the kitchen every day, rallying everything up. When somebody's having a bad day, somebody's lifting them up. When something goes wrong, they don't place blame. They say, how can I help? How can I help you overcome this hurdle? How can I help you? They're givers, not takers. That is an unshakable culture. They're jumping through hoops for the success of the company, not their own value. And you build accountability without micromanagement. Just results from pillar #2, your business runs whether you're there or not. That creates scalability. Pillar #3, now we have the CEO managing those 5 core strategies. We now have a team that's unshakable. Now we go find where the revenue's coming from. Revenue pipeline, predictable, scalable income. You'll know each and every month, each and every quarter, and at the end of the year where you should be because now it's predictable based upon history. We install a system that identifies your most profitable clients, build an offer ladder that captures the full value of that client, and creates tracking that shows exactly what's working. So we got to first and foremost define your perfect avatar. You'd be amazed at how many companies I talk to, and I say, tell me what your perfect client is. You know what the #1 answer is? One that pays. That's their #1 answer, one that pays. That's not a client. You want somebody that also is your best referral. The client that comes back time and time and time and time again. That's a client for life. Yes, we want them to pay. Don't get me wrong, but that's not what your target is. And we build that offer ladder that shows where they came in, what their value is and what they need from you, and how we can continue keeping them as an ongoing customer for life. We script out that sales process so that your team knows how to discover that perfect avatar, diagnose their needs, and close them each and every time. Here's something that will teach your team. Stop being sales and start being solutions. Nobody wants to be sold, but everybody wants a problem solved. And when your team understands that and the value that it creates within that relationship, their profitability soars. We install a lead tracking and conversion metrics so that everything is measured. The result from pillar number 3 is revenue becomes predictable and growth becomes systemic. You have to have this. Okay?
Hey, Toby, before you move on, Chantel had a question. She wanted to know, do you share the execution plans or how do they get those?
So when we do the deep dive, absolutely, and that's a great question, Chantel. So when we do the deep dive with you, I'm going to put together a playbook that says, here's where I see you're lacking, where I see we need to work on. Here's the steps and stages that I believe we should implement. I send that to you, you review it, and then if you like what we're predicting and projecting, you book another call, and then we start building it from there. Pillar number 4, conversion intelligence. Was there another one?
Yes, one more. Christy's asking, what's the criteria for a fit to the Empire OS system?
Say that question one more time.
What's the criteria for a fit to the Empire OS system?
Real simple. Are you ready to make change? That's the number 1 criteria. Are you serious about changing and getting out of the chaos you're living now? If the answer to that is yes, you meet my standard. Period. Pillar number 4, conversion intelligence. See, we've got the CEO managing from above. We have the team that's building the Kool-Aid. We now know what our avatar, our perfect client looks like. We now know how and what makes us the most money. Now we go get them. Conversion intelligence. Marketing that maths. We install tracking at every stage of your buyer's journey. We're going to take all the past clients and we're going to see where they came from, how they found you, and why they're staying with you. We're also going to go back and look at your past clients, the ones that found you, that dropped off. And we're going to install that tracking at every stage of that journey, identify the drop-offs, and build repeatable sequences that converts every lead to revenue, whether you're there or not. Remember, this is all about creating a business that runs for you and builds a life that you've always dreamt of. Track every stage of the buyer journey, identify the drop-offs, optimize the messaging and positioning, and build repeatable closing sequences so that nobody can screw up. Let me ask you a question. In the chat real quick, how many people have eaten at either Chick-fil-A or McDonald's once or twice in their life? Throw it up there. Come on, give it to me. Exactly. Now, have you eaten at more than one location and ordered the same exact order? Say yes or no. Yeah. Here's what dawned on me. When I was starting my first business, I should have bought stock in McDonald's because I had McDonald's for breakfast, McDonald's for lunch, McDonald's for dinner every day, 7 days a week. When I got engaged, my wife said, "You're an idiot. Why do you eat that?" I said, "Because I love it." We got married. We went to London. And I looked for a McDonald's in London, went in there and ordered. And guess what? I got the same exact quarter pounder with cheese in London that I got here in the US. Why? Because it was repeatable. They made it the same exact way. It did not matter. Ray Kroc and the McDonald brothers, when it started, if you've ever watched the movie Founder, said, we do this exactly the same way in mass production so that the customers know exactly what to expect and nobody can screw it up. This is what we're going to build for you. The same repeatable closing sequence so that everybody can pick up the phone and deal with a client if they had to. That's the Unshakable team. The results from pillar number 4, we now built the CEO cadence. We've got your team. We found your perfect avatar. Now we're marketing to them. Now you stop guessing. And every marketing dollar you put out there, we know how much it's going to come back as return. These are the 4 pillars that we will install in your business to ensure it becomes the absolute dream that you wanted it to be the day you open those doors.
Toby, based on what you're saying, Norman wants to know, when you buy in, how long should it take to implement the pillars to see the system start working?
That's a great question. So the first 30 days is building the pillars for you. So we have the 1-hour discovery call. We go through it. I send you my summary of what needs to be fixed and how we would solve it, the program and the systems that we would implement. You call back and you say, I'm in, let's do it. Then we start building out. The first 30 days is that deep dive and restructuring, depending upon if it's 1 pillar or all 4. Over the next 60 days is where we start seeing the growth, the implementation, and the transformation. After 90 days, this should be on autopilot if you've done everything we've asked you to do. Pillar number 5, the bonus. See, here's where the rubber meets the road. Now that we have you running, that's predictable, scalable, and we don't need you to run it. That hurt really bad. We don't need you to run it. See, the problem with getting capital, the problem with getting investors, if you're the operations and you get hit by a truck, the business goes down. When we install those 4 pillars and it runs like a fine old machine, investors will jump to be in your business. That's why I introduced you to my relationship with Kevin Harrington and many people from the Shark Tank, because they're looking to invest in businesses. And we now have the ability that as we put your business through these pillars and you get the certificate of completion, they're now ready to see and hear your company and invest in it. Pillar number 5, capital readiness. Built to scale or sell. You try to go sell your business today, and that buyer says, shit, if I buy your business and you quit, I got to now fill in your shoes, and I don't want to do that. This is why these pillars are so important. We install the financial infrastructure of forecasting, reporting, making it pitch ready with documentation that makes your business attractive to the investors, lenders, and buyers. Once this is done, you can get all the money you need to grow as big as you want, because it's predictable, it's scalable, and it operates without you having your hand in every nook and cranny. Pillar number 5 result is you're ready for the next level, whatever that looks like. I want to sell it at 3, 4, 5, 6x, or I want to get some capital, 2, 3, 4, 5 million, and franchise out, grow, it doesn't matter. But now you have options. After we do this with you, you now have options. Any questions? I want you to understand that these pillars all work together, or they don't work at all. Right now, some of you probably have a decent sales team or a decent staff. You may have some okay marketing, but they're not intertwined. They're not feeding and growing and building each other. Therefore, you are stuck. You're working 60 hours a week to maintain the same level you're at, and you can't grow because one, if not all pillars, are lacking something. These pillars don't operate in isolation. They lock together. You have the command center, the team, the client avatar, marketing, and then capital. Each pillar amplifies the next. You skip one, the whole machine breaks down. You put in all 4 plus the 5th. Now that's a business worth having. Randy, you got another name for me? I want to give something else away.
Toby, you've got another question too?
Sure. What's that? What do you got while Randy's coming out
here? A couple of people have asked, what is the minimum sales to start?
So as a startup, there's probably no sales, so there's no minimum sales. We work with startups. So that is a good question. We kind of set it at a $250 a year minimum so that you have capital to build and take on programs and all that. But we work with startup businesses also. Gene Chilson? Gene Chilson. Here you go, Gene. She's asking, great. Love it, Gene. Love it. Not only did Gene show up, she's engaged, she's getting educated, and she's helping others learn. All right, Gene. Hopefully you'll win the trip to Hawaii, Gene. You deserve it. Too bad we didn't put it on here. Oh, Gene, you automatically get a free coaching call. So get with Randy. He'll book it. We'll get you first in line. We'll do a deep dive on your business and get you some assessments immediately. All right. Oh, I closed it out. Well, guess what? That's going to be our backdrop. All right. Again, Randy, throw that book a call link in the chat. If you want to know how we can help grow and scale and build your business, book a call. Let me do a deep dive with you. Let me show you these pillars that need to be implemented into your business so that you can start enjoying. And when I talk about enjoying, I talk about freedom, giving time back to you. Our most valuable asset is time because we can't ever get it back. So you want that first and foremost. And with that time, you now can do so many other things. You can spend time with your family. You can continue to grow your business. You can take vacations and trips. This is what we start with. And then you have the financial freedom that comes with it. The first and most important thing is time and health. Then financial freedom from there. It's time for you to make a hard decision for yourself. You have 2 paths and 1 choice to move forward. You can keep doing what you're doing. Stay the bottleneck, hope that next year is different, and then watch your competitors scale and grow past you and retire early. Or you can book a call. Let us show you how we'll install the infrastructure that changes everything. See, one path you're going to be comfortable with because you already know what to expect. The other path probably has a little fear because you just don't know. But I can promise you this, it's transformational. I want to address the elephant in the room because I know all of you are asking it or thinking it or saying it to yourself. There they are. Objections we face. Toby, I just don't have time. You said it in the beginning. I'm already working 60 hours a week. How am I going to spend time with you and implement this? Here's the thing that you must understand. The systems we're going to install creates time. It's the number one thing we start with, is freeing up your time so you and I can spend more time together building up the other 3 pillars. I've tried coaching before. I believe you. This isn't coaching. This is execution. This is implementation. This is taking these pillars, these programs, these systems, and putting them in, not coaching. Now, we'll guide, we'll direct, we'll advise and educate, but I'm not going to coach you. Somebody came up and said, what business do we work with? People think, well, my business is unique. I have yet to find a business we can't help. I was hoping Nick could, we pulled a slide out. I'm going to throw it back in there. It shows all the businesses I worked with over the last 30 years. It's a whole page of businesses. And then the last, I love this one. I can't afford this. Number one, you don't know what it's going to cost. Getting ready to show you that. But here's the deal. You can't afford not to do this. If everybody on here said, I want this, I want this, I want this. I want what you're saying. Oh, but I can't afford it. See, this is where the fear is overshadowing your faith. Because if I said, you give me, say, $10,000 and I'm going to return you $100,000, you'd have no problem. If I guaranteed you give me 10, I'm going to give you 100, how many times did you go find $10,000? A lot. But if I said, if you give me 10,000, I might give you 11 back. Well, I don't know. What if there's a fear overshadows? I still would take $1,000 return on my money, but the reward isn't there. You can't afford not to do this, because if you continue doing the same thing over and over, expecting a different result, it's a definition of insanity. And you're not insane. Let's break the cycle. Let's do the deep dive. Let me show you what we can do, and let me show you how I'm going to free up your time and make you more money so that you have a better life, a better future, and a better company. Let me give you some examples real quick to show you what we've done with some other businesses so you'll understand what I just talked about. This gentleman was working 65 hours a week, making about $800,000 a year. 3 employees and 1 operator, 2 part-timers, but he was doing 100% of all the deals. He gave me those same excuses. I don't have time, nor do I have the money. And I said, trust me, believe in me, and let me show you. Within the first 90 days, his income almost doubled. His hours were cut by 30. We were able to hire the right team that executed over 40% of the deals. That quick, that simple, that fast. Sarah, who was a wedding photographer, was making roughly at $180,000 a year. She's stuck there year after year. She's busting her butt at 70 hours a week. Again, after 90 days of us doing a deep dive, implementing the systems, helping her execute, she doubled her income, was able to hire a project manager, and now only puts in about 30, 35 hours a week. Again, gave her money and time. Mike with the HVAC company, drowning in work, had not been on a vacation in over 3 years, and was just overwhelmed, about to shut the doors. We went in, worked with him, and after 6 months, his business increased by 40% revenues, and he took his family on a vacation in Italy for 2 weeks. Jennifer, another case study, was maxed at doing $250,000 a year as a sole entrepreneur. Could not scale, could not grow, and just beat down. After 12 months, we almost quadrupled her income. She was able to hire and train a team of 4, and now is selling her company for 7 figures. This is the system in action that you need. Let me give you these are, you can search these, you can Google these. These are what people are saying about what we're doing for them, the transformation we're making. But let me have you listen to them.
Toby's a spitfire. Toby is a ball of energy. He is, he moves with purpose. He always has something to share with you. He always has a story to tell. He always has a way to encourage you. Fireball. Like, I've never known anybody to have as much energy and as much zest for life and for building the kingdom as I have for him. If you really want to create change, if you really want to make an investment in yourself, I believe in what he's created. I've watched him do it, and he's done it with 100% heart and soul. For him, it's not about dollars and cents. It's truly about changing lives. And to me, that's exactly why I would hire a coach. Passionate.
I've been working with these guys for a few months now. It's been great. He actually encourages us a lot to go find the deals and keep pushing. So that's one aspect of it. The other aspect of it is to basically not even talk about real estate, but grow us professionally when it comes to like personal development, spiritually. We actually are able to talk about the things that kind of stumble us, acknowledge it, kind of find ways to overcome them, if you will, as a group. And one of the things I definitely want to highlight as a man that believes in God or has a personal relationship with God is that he comes from a basis of the Bible, which is great. Those foundations, I think, that he's building us on is phenomenal. But the life lessons that he's pushing is found in the Word, which is great. One of the things that Dr. Porter talks about is, it's not all about making money. He's worried about us as individuals, and that's very appreciative because a lot of coaches don't care about that. But I think the way he comes across, it's genuine. He certainly provides tough love.
Toby Potter is an amazing person, and his real estate and unshakable self, he's changed my life. And if you give him the opportunity, he can change yours too. Just listen to what he says and follow it along. I guarantee you things will change. Have a great day.
All right. Any questions before we get into the multi-million-dollar question? How much is this? Rochelle, Angie, any questions?
No, you're good.
Yes. Christy asked a question. She is wanting to know about the call slots, the time frame on the 30 minutes versus an hour.
I don't know, Randy. Should just be one time slot. You want to chime in, Randy, and answer that question? You know how to unmute, Randy? Chrissy will circle back around. I don't know why Randy's not communicating with me.
Can you hear me?
I can now, buddy.
Perfect. I think she was just referencing why they were 30 minutes and not an hour, I believe.
Say that one more time.
There is only one call option available, and it is 30 minutes.
Okay, and I probably said an hour. That's my bad. So, Chrissy, the 30 minutes is doing the deep dive. Let me clarify that. The 30 minutes is doing the deep dive about your business, where you're at, where you want to go, and what kind of systems you've been implementing now. When you rebook that call, once I send you the playbook and all these structures and systems to be implemented, that's an hour call. That's an hour war room call that really goes a deep dive into it all. So that if you have any questions, you need clarity, I give you plenty of time for that. So I hope that answered that call for you, Christy. All right, here it is. Everything that we talked about, we have 3 options for you. A 30-day do-it-yourself, a 90-day done with you, and a 12-month done for you. Let me break those down so that you know what they mean, because they're set up this way on purpose. Some need more, some need less, but everybody gets the same exact process and program. All right, the 30-day is basically we're going to go in and build all 7 core systems, templates, SOPs, frameworks, give you a complete video training library, implementation checklists and guides, 30-day access to us, email support, and that AI tool. This is for the individual that just needs some restructuring and just tweaking. They may be running really good and smooth, they just can't scale, and they're spending too much time in the fire. Usually, the person that does this is just needing pillar number 1 fixed, that they're having to make all the decisions, put out of the fires. They have a great team. They know their avatar. Their marketing is pretty good, but we can tweak it all, and they can run with it themselves. We don't need to be hands-on implementing and executing with them. That's the 30-day. The 90-day, which is the one that everybody enrolls in 97% of the time, is that same thing. We do the deep dive. We give you the playbook. We then go in and build those systems. Everything that I just shared with you, but now for the next 90 days, you get weekly one-on-one calls with me. We review the work. We review the KPIs. We review the scorecards. We make sure that the team is making the Kool-Aid and they're executing and taking ownership on their decisions. We then work with that team so that they fully understand why they're in that seat. It's kind of like a parent trying to teach their kid. Not all kids are going to listen to the parents, but they'll listen to another adult. A lot of times we see employees, especially middle managers or project managers, will listen to us, receive it from us, and they wouldn't from their superior. This is what we do. This is a 90-day that we implement, execute, measure, monitor, and by the end of 90 days, you're rocking and rolling. As you saw in those case studies, in 90 days, they took it and ran it from there. And then the third option was the 12-month. The 12-month is just that. It's everything that we've already talked about, but we work with you for the next 12 months, every week, every month, every quarter. We're putting in the systems, we're executing, we're having to get rid of your team and hire a new team, train them up, put in better leadership, really define your avatar, work on the marketing, implementation and strategizing and tracking that, and making sure that each week, each month, each quarter, we're growing. This is the white glove concierge program that guarantees, ensures you go from 1 million to 10, from 5 to 50. This is my whole team working with you for the next 12 weeks or 12 months. Okay? But the reason why we do this is so that we make sure you are in the right spot with the right program. I had one client come to me and said, Toby, I need the 12-month. I'm buried up. I'm working 60 plus hours. I don't get to see my family. I'm losing my mind and I'm losing my future. And when we did the deep dive, we saw that you just needed a couple of tweaks, and we sold him or gave him, we didn't sell nothing, the 30-day. We implemented the 30-day. He was able to implement that and get everything he wanted out of it. See, I'm not here to upsell you. I'm not here to take advantage. I'm here to make sure you have the right program that ensures exactly what you're looking for.
Hey, Toby, on that note, Raj wanted to know if there is a sequence or an order to implement the pillars, or does it depend on the stage of your business right now?
So the answer to that is yes. And let me break that down for you, Raj. We always start with pillar number one. As I said earlier, 97% of the businesses that we work with, the CEO is the problem, is the bottleneck. They're handling all the issues that they don't need to be, and they're not focusing on scaling and growing the business. So pillar number one is the first deep dive. If that one is in place or needs a small amount of tweaking, then we move to pillar number two, number three, number four. But they do go in that order because we have to have everything start at the top and work its way down.
Norman,
go ahead.
Sorry, Norman also wanted to know if you're in a rebuild phase of business, do you just have to start from scratch? What do you do?
That's a great question. So I can't answer that blindly, but if you're in a rebuild, that's a great place to be, because now we can, as I talked about building the houses, we don't have to worry about disrupting anything that you've already got moving. That's the hardest thing when we come into a business that's existing, is there's going to be a little bit of disruption. There's going to be a little bit of change. And as we all know, nobody likes change. But in a rebuild, everybody's understanding that we're in a restructure, we're in a rebuild. And so they already understand that that disruption is going to take place. And if we paint the picture right, they all get on board, because the future is exactly what they had hoped it would be when they came to work for you. So somebody asked, what business will work, what business won't? If you're in pre-revenue, a startup company, and you really haven't made your first dollar, or you don't know what you're going to do, These programs are not for you, but we have another program that is for you. So we work with startups, we work with pre-revenues, but it would not be any of these three. It would be a different level. And this is where I would need you to book a call so that I can see exactly what business you're doing and at what level you're at. But what if those three options that I gave you are ready to scale businesses? Businesses that are doing at least $50,000 a year or greater, and that are serious about transformation. You're serious about a future. You're serious about a better tomorrow. And I'm going to tell you, the cost of waiting is wasted time, lost revenues, team turnovers. Holy cow. The biggest expense for every business owner is team turnover. It costs so much money to recruit, interview, hire, onboard, and train, and then them walk right out the door. You got to start all over. It's the one thing we want to stop immediately. When you find the right player, you find the right person that fits in that seat, we need them to be there forever. So I want to make this very clear. You cannot afford to wait any longer if you're serious. Now, we've got some amazing things that since you've been on here this long, we've been on for a little over an hour and about to wrap it up, but we are getting ready to give away some stuff that's even deeper than coaching, bigger than personal growth, and it's something that's legacy driven, okay? If you book your call tonight, if you book right here while we're on this webinar, and for this webinar only, I'm going to give you guys this right here. This is free. So we're going to give you a picture of me. No, just kidding. My personal AI that we already gave away to somebody. This AI will answer any and all questions that everybody just asked and thousands of more about your business. We're going to give you a custom business assessment report. That's that playbook. You book the call tonight, you get this playbook that shows exactly how I would come in and work with you on building, scaling, and growing your business. The other thing is, if you're local, we are having a live event 1 week from today here in Allen, Texas, and I want you to be my personal VIP guest. The other thing we're going to give you are those scorecards, those metrics and reports so that you can implement with your business and run it. This is a $4,000 value that we're giving if you book the call tonight. Right here, right? I guess today. I keep saying tonight, it's today. Our event is right here in Allen, Texas. These are the speakers that are going to be there, and this is going to be the most profound event coming up. And I want you to be my guest at this event. So if you book a call, we're going to send you the VIP pass access, and you're going to be there front row as my guest of honor. And I want to see you there. Whether we do business together or not, it doesn't matter. But I want you there so that we can have lunch together. You can see what we're all about. My team, we're going to have 14 speakers on the stage. We're going to have Randy Goodwin, who's an actor from Hollywood, who's been in the business for over 30 years, going to come share with everybody about the pitfalls of Hollywood and how he got out of that and why, and how he's transformed his life and created his own movies. It's going to be an amazing event. Here's the thing that I want you to understand. As you heard on the testimonies, it's not about me. It's about you. So I give you this promise, I give you this guarantee. If you choose to work with us and have us implement these programs, we will do this with a guarantee of success and growth. And if for whatever reason, after 30 days, 90 days, it doesn't, we're going to keep working with you until it does. It does me no good for you to not have success. Your success ensures and guarantees mine. See, I was in chaos. I had lost my identity. I had lost my confidence. I had lost all hope. And when I was able to rebuild it with those pillars, I knew it was the answer that every business person needs. That's my mission. That's my commission, to go out and share it with the world and help them have everything they've ever desired out of life. As I mentioned to you, when you go through the 4 pillars and we have you capital, scalable, predictable, ready, we now introduce you to our buddy.
Hi, I'm Kevin Harrington. I'm an original shark from the hit TV show Shark Tank, and I've helped launch over 500 products, generating over $6 billion in global sales around the world, and I know what it takes to win over investors.
So let me recap real quick and we'll close this thing out. Go on that link that Randy's throwing in the chat, book your call. We'll do a 30-minute deep dive in your business. I'll create a customized business assessment report. I'll send it to you. You'll book a follow-up call and we'll decide which path is best for you. And by booking that call today, you also get a VIP front row ticket to our live event here in Allen, Texas. And you get 30 days free with our AI tool, just so you can see what we're all about. Straight up and simple. Book that call. You showed up today. You took time out of your schedule because you want more. And I can promise you, these are the answers to all your questions and all that you've been looking for. I can promise you that. So book that call and let's do a deep dive. It doesn't cost you anything for me to share with you how we can make your business everything that you've ever wanted it to be. We want to grow your business by the millions. And it's possible. With today, with the United States, with everything that we have available to us, multi-million-dollar businesses are an everyday affair. Is yours there? If not, it needs to be. Book that call. I want you to think long and hard. 1 year from now, where are you going to be? If you do not make a decision today to do anything, where are you going to be? Still stuck? Still the bottleneck? Still wondering why you can't break through because you thought you could do it on your own? Still working in the business instead of on it? And still grinding out the same revenue? Or are you going to make a decision that says, I'm ready for the future to be mine? I'm ready to own my dreams. I'm ready to enjoy the life that I wanted to build when I started this company. A business with systems that execute, with a team that delivers, with a company that's worth multiples, and a freedom to lead, not just operate. What decision are you going to make right here, right now? Where do you stand? I want to give away one more thing. What are we going to give away? You know what? It's not on the wheel. It's not on the wheel. I'm going to give away. All right. So I told you guys we're going to have a quiz. So here's the first person that I see. I've got the chat box pulled up right here. The first person that gets this question right, you're going to get 50% off the program. Okay? 50% off the 30-day program. What is the one thing, it's a 4-letter word, why people don't take action? Who gets it first? Ryan Choi. Dear, any book to call? All right. Fear. Yeah, Ryan. Yep. Fear. And dear, Vanessa was typing too fast and she hit the D. You know what? Vanessa, book a call. I want to talk to you. Fear is right. Fear is right. Ryan, you already got the call booked. Congratulations. Whatever we decide, you're going to get 50% off that first program. We'll credit it to the rest if we go up any different. Fear is right. Fear is the absolute reason. Because if there's no fear, we just execute. When we were little, when we were young, we had no fear. As we got older, life got in the way, noise got in our way, and fear is now holding us back from achieving everything that we've ever wanted in life. Install the infrastructure scale your business. Book your call and let's grow. Let's take it to the kitchen. Any questions while we're wrapping this up? Rochelle, Angie, any questions?
No, sir, I don't have any right now.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for taking your time this afternoon. You took the first step. You got educated, you got informed. You see the opportunity. You know what you want out of life. Do not let fear slow you down. And the other thing, don't let arrogance hold you back. For those that didn't book the call, that said me, we got them all. And if you didn't book a call, why? 2 reasons. 1, scared. Number 2, you think you can do it yourself. But see, here's the answer. You've been trying to do it yourself. You've been trying to do it yourself last week, last month, last year. What makes you think now you can fix the problem that you couldn't fix yesterday? Book the call. You got nothing to lose and everything to gain. Anything else, Nick? Randy? Michelle? Angie? Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. I truly enjoyed talking with you, working with you. I love the commentary. You are amazing. You have everything you want. You have everything that you need built inside of you. I believe in you. You need to believe in you. Have a great day. I'll see you.